Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning at 10 a.m., which means it's time for What's Up Ocala. I'm Andrea Praber, broker owner of Great Expectations Realty, and joining me today is Deanna.
Hi, good morning. My name is Deanna Geier, and I am a new realtor here at Great Expectation Realty. And this lady over here was my realtor when I first bought a house in Florida, and I love the process so much that I had to join the team. Come on, right? Andrea's awesome. So I'm an investor, and I became a realtor because I just deal with houses and real estate so much, and I love it so much. I want to share my experience with anyone else who's interested. I guess my specialty is Airbnbs, VRBOs, and I guess the term is called short-term rentals, 30 days or less. And
we're going to be talking about that
awesome,
tonight. Yes,
I love talking about that.
I am too. Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of, investment properties. I've been working with investors for about 20 years now in Marion County and surrounding areas. And I would have to say the Airbnb phenomenon, which is essentially what it is, has been incredible for not just those that are without homes because they're waiting on their house to be built and the construction materials aren't there, but also for the investors. It can be a very, very good experience for them. For us, as a property management company, it's not that much different from the long-term rentals. It is a lot more work, but it's just another avenue of the same thing. So you actually moved down here and you loved the short-term rentals and everything so much that you actually got your license, not just to work with us, but also so that you could get access faster.
Yes.
She's like, I don't want to bother you guys, but I really needed this house like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. So there was so many times where you're like, I'm going to get my real estate license and then I can open my own doors. So yeah, it was a lot for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what about for you as an investor and also a realtor, what's the difference that you've seen between long-term rentals, short-term rentals, month-to-month kind of stuff? What's the difference?
I would say the biggest difference is if you want to have hands-on or if you want to be more passive. The margins are tremendously different. So for instance, I have an extra guest house, and if I was going to do a long-term rental, I could probably get about $800 to $1,000. Mm-hmm. But doing short-term rental, I'm able to make almost triple that.
Wow.
And not only that, there's just so many benefits to short-term rentals. Your place is always in tip-top shape. I mean, we have maintenance all the time.
You have to be very, very particular. Your houses are absolutely beautiful. You have such a great sense of style. I swear you should start doing that. I mean, you could just do that. You would want to hire her just for her sense of style. It's amazing what she does to these rentals. Absolutely gorgeous, but you have to furnish them and do utilities and stuff too. So there's more expenses.
A lot more expenses. So just really depends on how comfortable you are. Do you want to be hands-on? Do you want to be hands-off? How much upfront money you want to put down? Because with just long-term rentals, you just have the property, whereas short-term rental, you have the whole furnishing, all that. But the 5 things that I just absolutely love about short-term rentals. Number 1, mortgage pay down. All the money that you make, it goes right back into paying down your mortgage, and you're growing that asset. Number 2, the depreciation and tax benefits. Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
Not many people understand what a great tax shelter real estate can be. It's so much. I hate to say, I know a lot of people are going to jump all over me, but as far as stocks and bonds versus real estate is by far the better tax shelter, I think.
I feel it's safer. It's a tangible thing. Another thing I love about real estate is the appreciation. I mean, think about it. 10 years ago, you can't buy the same house for even close to that price that it was selling 10 years ago.
Right.
Cash flow. So cash flow is amazing with short-term rentals versus long-term rentals because the margins are just so much bigger. Mm-hmm. And I think real estate is one of the only things that's keeping up ahead of inflation, which everyone's talking about right now. Inflation, rising interest rates.
Yeah. Now, as a property management broker, because we do, the real estate sales and we also do property management. For me, I definitely am more inclined to long-term rentals because, again, short-term rentals is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's 24/7.
It really is. It takes a lot out of you, especially the more you have, the more you're going to be, it's a full-time job. I mean, really.
It really is. You have to have a killer team. You have your cleaner. That's like your number one. She's your eyes and feet in the property.
Absolutely.
Your handy guy, your maintenance guy, your lawn care. I mean, these are your rock stars. You need to have that killer team to have a killer Airbnb short-term rental business.
All right, well, let's just play, a little devil's advocate here. Let's say pros and cons. So what are some of the cons then to having short-term rentals?
The turnover, definitely the hands-on part of it,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of opportunity to streamline and to automate, which makes it a lot easier to do.
Right. So it's not quite as stable as a long-term rental, because I mean, I've had long-term rentals where people will live in them for 16, 17 years. So yours would be really, really long time if it was 16 months. So it's a very big difference there. Really, really big difference. But again, those margins do make it worth it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So if somebody, let's say they wanted to rent out like you have a guest home that's separate from your house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if they have something like that, which quite a few older homes do here, how would they get started? What would your recommendation be? Aside from calling you, of course.
Number one, I would say really consider if that's something you want to do, because you're going to have a lot of new people come into your property. And are you comfortable with like the privacy issue? I mean, even though it's separate, you're still going to see people in your property. So decide if that's for you. For me, I'm a people person. I love meeting people from all over the world.
Me
and
too.
It's fun for me. So the first thing I would do is decide that. Number two, you got to furnish it, but not just, go to Goodwill and pick up furniture, unless it's really cool, unique pieces. But you have to have a theme and
Right.
go with it and go the whole way, or else it's going to be hodgepodge. And people book with their eyes. If it doesn't pop, they're not going to want to book with you, because there's all your other competition that have amazing photography, amazing decor and amenities. So furnish it. And the next step would be go get a permit at the county office, and it's so simple. They just want you to pay for the tourism tax once a month. I believe is 4%. Other than that, go on Airbnb, go on Verbal, go on Booking.com, HomeAway, and list your property, and that's how you get started. Actually, one more thing. Insurance. You can either go with Booking.com or Airbnb and their insurance, but I opt to always get extra protection. So that's something to think about. And
that's some really great advice. I think a lot of people that get into it just think of, oh, well, I'm just going to rent out this room, or I'm just going to, it's almost like they think it's under the table. It's not. You're advertising this, and the county and the tax, they want their money. So they are looking at those advertisements and those listings. Make sure that you have your licensing, your registration, everything, whatever your area requires before you start advertising, because you do not want to go down that pitfall. It's not worth the fines. It's not worth the code enforcement issues. It's just not worth it.
It's just not fun. Just be prepared, and then once you launch, then that's the fun part. You start getting those ding ding, and you're like, you got another booking. You're like, yes.
Yes. Reaching superhost status is everybody's goal. So what about those that are opposed to it? They want, if it's residential, it should be just residential. I heard that a lot recently in Denellen. They're talking about that quite a bit. And they don't want to have short-term rentals, even, if it's a grandma renting out a room or something. They just absolutely know nothing whatsoever, will not even allow like roommates. Now, what would your response be to something like that?
Well, I think to each his own. I mean, if that's your method of, providing a service, then more power to you. Do it by the law and do it at the best that you can. Make sure you consider your neighbors. But I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, hotels are, they're standard. They, what to expect, and it's not very homey, especially if you're going to stay at a place with a family. You want to have that room, you want to be able to stretch out, and you're able to provide that service. I say do it.
I was just talking to somebody over at one of the hotels nearby that I love the hotel. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. I've done a video on it on our YouTube channel. It's a fantastic hotel. But it was somebody that moved in, and he has been there for 7 months.
Oh my
7
goodness.
months in one little room. I mean, I would go crazy in something like that. And thankfully, he doesn't have a big family with him, But I can't even imagine being in the same hotel room with my daughter and my husband. I would be losing my mind. I need a little bit of space, like the one bath. Oh my goodness, it would
It's
drive
just
me
a small
nuts.
and cramped, and
It's too much.
it's very temporary. Whereas the short-term rentals, you feel more at home. You can stretch out. You have a full kitchen most of the time, and a yard.
Yes,
you can bring your pets.
Some of them have pools, and I think one of yours, one of yours has a pool. So, okay, just for a little treat, just in case you were interested in it, what are some of the themes that you have going on in your Airbnbs? I know you weren't prepared for that question, but I love your Airbnbs. They're so cute.
Oh, thank you. So my guest house, I wanted to have a foresty feel because we live literally right in the Ocala National Forest. So we went with a more like enchanted, like country, I would say almost like old European feel. So we found beautiful old furniture, like French furniture, hardwood. So it's just very natural and just very breezy feeling.
Awesome.
My other house, which was so much fun decorating, we call it the Be Happy house because when you're there, you're happy. It's very retro, very mid-century modern, lots of bright colors, yellows and oranges.
It is. It's so cute.
You're on vacation, so we made our place feel like vacation.
Yeah, and the little, bee-themed things throughout the house. It's just little tiny stuff, but it just all fits that theme. In any room you go in, you're going to see something like that. So it's pretty cool. It's
a lot of fun.
It really does seem like you had fun with it. And especially when you look at what the houses look like before. These houses were unkempt, would be a good word to describe them. So it's not like you just went in and put some furnishings in. You did major remodeling. You had a a general contractor come in and do some major work to the home before you even got to the point of long-term versus short-term.
Exactly.
So yeah, for those that are saying, oh, well, I just want, neighbors and I just want residents. Well, at the same time, do you want residents that left the house like that? Or do you want a residents that have themes to their home and are absolutely pristine and cleaned and looked after every week?
Top, yes,
yeah, absolutely. Because you got to get that super host status,
And I got that.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Deanna. And again, how do people get in touch with you in case they have any questions about this or other investment properties?
Absolutely. So you can reach me, my phone number, which is 352-844-0077. And I'm here to help you. I would love to help you find the right property. I have the right forecasting tools for you, analytics and spreadsheets, so you can really make an informed decision. I can help you design, of course, which I love furnishing properties and managing. So I'm there to make it easy for you guys.
Honestly, I would love to use you as my realtor just because I would love the help to figure out the furnishings of my own home. It would be fantastic. I mean, you have no idea what great style she has. It's just awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about that crazy real estate market real quick. And we will look at the numbers for the last 7 days here in Marion County, as always. We have 220 new listings, so that's a little bit down from last week. We have 20 with price increases, also very far down from last week. That's about a third. Price decreases, 257. So price increases, 20. Price decreases, 257. So by far, more houses are decreasing their price that are coming on the market. So you can definitely see where exactly the real estate market is going in Marion County right now. Those prices are ticking down. We did have a little bit of a delay kind of, and we kind of had a little bit of a breathing room for about a week. But it looks like we're going in that downward trend again. So again, this is stabilizing. This is a stable market. This isn't like it's bottoming out or anything like that by any stretch. We still need homes. We are still definitely needing more houses on the market. There's definitely a demand, but the demand is saying they're not going to pay that much in interest on their mortgage and also that much of a price on the house. So that's where you're seeing those decreases are still going on. Back on the market, we had 65. That's quite a few properties that didn't make it to the closing table. So those are back on the market. Sold, we had 217. So again, we are still selling houses here in Marion County, quite a few. About as many sold as actually hit the market this week. As far as expired, we had 7, which is about right for mid-month. We also had 240 pending. So again, more houses are going under contract and being sold than are hitting the market. What's interesting is more houses decreased their price at 257 than went pending at 240. So just look at those numbers just a little bit. That's why I share these numbers with you each week, is so you can kind of get a snapshot picture of what's going on with the market, and you can kind of see where it's going. For temporarily off the market, maybe some repairs needed to be done, or maybe they had visiting family or something else. We had 18 that came temporarily off the market. We had 6 withdrawn, and we had 38 canceled. That's quite a few. So there was 38 sellers that said, you know what, this is not working. I'm gonna need to change realtors, or I'm gonna need to change tactics, or I just don't need to sell. Whatever the case may be, they went ahead and canceled their contract. There was 38 of those, so quite a few. Let's go ahead and talk about stuff that is going on in Marion County this week. It's so much stuff, but what's really exciting is we're about to get to the BER months. I love the BER months in Florida and Ocala. Once you get into September, October, November, and December, then we get to do lots of outdoor activities, and that is always fun. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff. We've got the Ocala downtown market. Now, Deanna, have you been to the Ocala downtown market yet?
I have not.
Oh my goodness,
Guilty.
you have to go. She's like, don't ask me that. Just give me the look. You know? But no, it is a lot of fun. It's every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you have plenty of time to get down there. They're still going till 2 p.m. And if you've got little ones, it is pet and kid friendly, but the kids have a playground outside, or you can take them over to Citizens Circle, which will have the splash pad, which is totally free. You hit the button, they have 15 minutes of fun, you dry them off, toss them in the car, they go home and nap. It is phenomenal, okay? And there's some really great seats underneath the trees, so you can just chill out and watch them play, get some really great pictures with some beautiful buildings in the background. It's great fun. It's on the corner of Southeast 3rd Street and Southeast 3rd Avenue. You cannot miss it, the big, huge Ocala downtown market. We also have a special event coming up. It's Woofstock at the market. Woofstock, yeah. That's August 31st from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Again, they're gonna have vendors, food trucks, some classic rock entertainment by Jeff Brown. They have a dog costume contest at 6 p.m. There is a dog food drive, so please bring down some unopened dog food so that they can share that with the Marion County Animal Shelter. Wear your tie-dye and love beads. It's highly recommended. Maybe you and your puppy dog can match that day. We also have the 2022 Wildlife Series at IFAS with Maxine Hunter, where each week you can actually learn more and more about wildlife in Marion County. And it looks like on August 24th, that is going to be about the Central Florida reptiles and amphibians of concern. I'm definitely very concerned about reptiles and amphibians in Central Florida, I assure you. That is only $5 registration at the door. It's basically every 4th Wednesday of the month from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So if you have some kids, or if you have some adults that want to learn more about the different critters and creatures that we have in Central Florida, that would be a perfect opportunity for them. We also have every 2nd Saturday of the month the Kayak and Coffee series. It's at 8 a.m. and that is, registration is only $50 per person. It includes equipment. I'm going to assume that's a kayak. They offer discounts if you bring your own equipment. Again, I believe that's a kayak. Each excursion includes coffee and a light breakfast for participants. If you want to register for that, you just go to 352-671-8560, or you can visit any of the Ocala Marion County websites to book that. Over at the Riley Arts Center, there is so many concerts and things going on. My husband and I just went last night to the Riley Arts Center. I'm going to do a whole nother video about that one, because that was an interesting experience. So we will talk about that in a video. I have pictures you would not believe. It's we went to go and see that. So if you look online, you'll see what we went to see last night, but I'm not going to talk about it. We will talk about it at the YouTube video. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. There's so much to do and so much to see here in Ocala, Marion County. And hopefully if you have anything that you would like us to go over, or maybe some questions that you would like us to answer, please go ahead and send us an email at GER.ExpectMore@gmail.com. We would be more than happy to talk to you or talk about it on air. We're hoping that you have a great day. Thank you so much, Deanna, for joining me and talking about what an interesting thing those short-term rentals are. So
Thanks for having me, you guys.
all right, thanks so much, you guys, and we will talk to you next week.
At Great Expectations Realty, we believe that you should expect more from your real estate experience. When you hire a realtor to sell your home, you should expect experienced advice on staging your home, professional photography, aerial photos, virtual video tours, and a national presence online to advertise your home to the largest pool of buyers. Your realtor should communicate from start to finish, and always remember this is your home. You are in the driver's seat. Call Great Expectations Realty at 352-817-9160 or go online to greatexpectationsrealty.com to get your free analysis of your home's market price. Great Expectations Realty. Expect more from real estate.